In my last TikTok, I talked about a story of a person getting super sick in Costa Rica. And in this TikTok, I want to talk about like what I take or the precautions I take to make sure that there are plans when things are going wrong at a retreat. This really sets you apart from being a leader and having the right support and being the right support while on a retreat, especially in a foreign country. Because when you're in a foreign country, things don't work like they work at home. You know, when you're in America, you can just go to the ER or go to urgent treatment center and get seen. But that's not always the steps when you're sick in a foreign country. I have a templated guide I follow when it comes to safety and precautions and necessary steps if something were to go wrong. And then I was check with the retreat villa, being like, hey, this is what I have for safety precautions. Do you have anything that I need to take into account, document, and let the attendees know while we're there of how you would want to handle in case somebody gets sick? And then I'll also ask in that same conversation, like, how do emergency situations, how do doctors, hospitals in your area work? You can also Google this, but sometimes people who live there give a much more robust answer to that because they actually know what it's like to be sick where they are. So I take down notes of what their steps are. I ask context questions like, do I call the doctor? Does the doctor come to the house? I will obviously call you. Do you call the doctor? Do I take the attendee somewhere, etc.? It's always important to have a car in case of emergencies, so you can do that. When you are also planning a retreat, you really need to have support because if something were to go wrong while and during the retreat, you as the leader can't step away from delivering the experience for everyone else. But if you have your VA, if you have a retreat planner there, that person needs to be able to take control of that emergency situation and follow the instructions given by the villa, given by the resort, given by that location, and really being able to execute on that. So they'll also need a phone and a car and everyone's contact information. So it's super important also, once you have a plan, then you have that communicated to your team. Once you are on site at the retreat, you also want to set everybody down before you really kick off the day or the training and be like, hey guys, I know we just got here. I know you have your welcome drinks, but like I need to go through a 5-minute safety spiel before we really can like settle into the experience. It's super important just in case something happens. We all know exactly what to expect. And so whatever I created in that plan, that emergency plan, I run down with the attendees. I go over where the emergency kit is, where the first aid kit is, what are the protocols. Here's where the phone numbers are posted in case like someone's not around when this happens. And then these are your steps as attendees to not panic during this entire experience. That's why support is here, to really guide the host through this. I do this support to the host. That way it also aligns with the host is here to deliver the transformation. I'm here to support both the attendees and the host. So you don't have to bother. Like, we have things under control if we follow this plan. These are the things that I teach in Retreats on Repeat Academy. If you are wanting to plan by yourself or plan your retreat yourself, but you're not really sure where to get started, this is something that a lot of people don't talk about when they're planning retreats. It's always how to find the perfect villa, but not what happens when things go wrong. If you're hosting a retreat in the next 12 months, pop over to Instagram, slide into my DMs. I want to chat about maybe some things that you're missing in your retreat strategy when you're planning your retreat and how to go about making sure everyone's safe during the retreat experience.